All right, everyone. Thank you for tuning in for another episode of the Real Talk Podcast. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm your host, JoJo.
I'm Elder Don, Elvin. I'm here. Nice to finally be here. It's been a long time coming. It's my man. I've known him since, man, how far we go back, bro?
We going back close to 20 years, man.
Yeah, man. So I'm talking since 9/11, first grade. Like, we've been, basically, you could say since the sandbox. Yeah, that is the sandbox.
Basically,
that's
the sandbox, man. We've been tight since day one, man.
Exactly.
So that's been my guy. We wasn't in the same class, man, but I remember seeing you like in the halls and be like, yo, this dude's wild.
Yeah, I was a little bad nigga.
I was like, he matched my energy, so
yeah,
I was a little bad too when I was a little kid.
We don't use the N-word too often these days, but I was back in the day. I was pretty wild as a kid. It's all right.
Yeah, man. So, I mean, we out here. So, I mean, I'm glad you're here for the podcast. You know, this podcast is very new. We have a lot of different topics. You know, today's topic today is more about relationships, dating, and, you know, for a lot of people out there who don't know, just dating in general just brings a lot of, you know, mental health, you know, aspects, you know, in that aspects of, you know, dating and stuff like that. And, yeah, so I'm glad you're here. So we're going to talk more about dating today.
Thank you for having me, bro.
Yeah, of course, man. So, I mean, I know with dating, you know, it has a lot of, you know, challenges and stuff like that. And I have a lot of intriguing questions that, you know, a lot of us can relate to. A lot of people in the audience out there who can chime in and give their feedback on relationships and, you know, provide their questions and stuff like that. But first, before we get into all that, I want to have a little mental health check-in.
Word up.
So I think from 1 to 10, you know, I definitely want to see like where you are mentally. You know, 1 just being like the lowest point. You know, I think if you had a 1, you definitely want to seek therapy or definitely, you know,
like if
you had a 1, you know, you definitely gotta.
If I was at a 1, I probably wouldn't be here right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Be somewhere like getting help.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously 10 is obviously like the top.
Yeah.
You know, you at your happy point. You know, you're definitely feeling really good. You know, life is great.
Yeah.
But usually with this, it's more like just how are you mentally, you know, physically, with family, financially.
Yep.
You know, how stable you are. So I think just from 1 to 10, like, where are you right now?
I think I would say I'm one of the people that don't believe in saying that doing too good or doing too bad. 'Cause at the end of the day, I feel like it's all about finding your balance in life. Somewhere, finding a place where you're happy with the blessings you receive and you're happy with the failures in life. Because at the end of the day, it's just like you have to just take life for what it comes and all that. So I would say, to answer your question, I would say I'm a 7.
7. All right.
I'll take a 7.
I feel like everyone keeps saying the 7, but
yeah.
I mean, for me, man, I mean, I'll be totally honest.
Different, I'll be a 7.5.
What up?
I'll be a 7.5 to be different.
All right, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, 7.5. You know, it's a little different, but you know, that's actually good that it's higher than the average number.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, typically, I would say I'm at a 7.5. I like to, you know, keep things, you know, nice and well. You know, I like to, you know, keep active. You know, that's pretty much like my life. But I say as of right now, to ask myself, I would say I'm probably at a 6.5.
Okay.
Right now. But I'm not saying that like things can't get better, but things obviously do get better. So I think the more you kind of work on, you know, your mechanics, you know, working on, you know, things to improve your life, I feel like it'll always improve. And so
exactly.
As of right now, I'm at a 6.5. You know, financially I was doing pretty well until some things happened and we gotta come out of pocket and start paying money for certain things. And so I think that kind of brought like my mood down, you know, my mentality down to like a 6.5.
Absolutely. As far as finances, I feel like finances is one of those things that we're all gonna be stressing about forever in life. It's just like the way this world is set up, you can't survive without money. So finances is always gonna just be like a stressor. I know it is for me, and I know I'm, as we speak, going through trials and tribulations when it comes to finances and all that. I'm young in my career, and I'm just trying to make the best of it, of everything, you feel me? So it's just, but it is what it is. Through it all, you have to just like, as Kobe once said, you have to enjoy the journey. You can't be so like caught up on the destination and just like not enjoying the moment. That's one thing I'm definitely trying to remind myself now every day. Like, you got to live in the moment and enjoy the moment, because at the end of the day, tomorrow is never promised, so we can't just be 24/7 just going crazy about where we going or our future and all that. It's like we gotta just enjoy where we are right now and just take it for what it is and appreciate it. And you gotta see the good and the bad.
For real, man. I mean, life, like you said, man, life is a marathon, not a sprint. So,
Exactly.
you know, people are so quick, you know what I'm saying, to get that instant gratification. But at the same time, it's like you can't always think so short term. You got to think long term about, you know, where you want to be in life. And, you know, it's always, you know, all about the stride. It's not about, you know, how you start off. It's all about, you know, the end results. So, yeah, man. So I'm glad you had a 7.5, man. I'm at a 6.5 or 6. So, you know, I feel like
to a passing grade, brother.
Yeah. As of right now, at a 6.5, but I feel like maybe by tomorrow I'll probably be at a 7.
Yeah, but that's the thing about it. Like one day you might be feeling real down. I know myself. I go through ups and downs. Like one day I'm like feeling low. Next day I'm like feel like I'm the coolest dude in the world. But that's just like I feel like I said, you gotta just accept the good and the bad and take things for what they are. And you just can't let yourself get too down at any moment, man, because it's always after every thunderstorm there's gonna be some sunshine. So you gotta just wait it out and just know that you'll get through it.
Exactly, man. So that's real talk.
Real talk.
That's real talk. You know what I'm saying?
So
So I'm glad you said that, man. So let's actually move on to the real stuff.
Word up.
And so today's episode is more about relationships / dating. And so I got some questions for you, man, that, you know, I've had, you know, some people tell me to have these questions on board for this episode. Mm-hmm. And let's start off with just interracial couples, man. So I know we've been accustomed to this, you know what I mean? So, I mean, we don't discriminate, you know, we don't judge, you know. So, I mean, that's why I had to really ask you this question because, you know, you're familiar with this. Yep. And so my first question is, are interracial couples a problematic thing in this era?
I don't think they're a problem because the couple is necessarily making it a problem. I think it's just the history of the world and just our history as just as a human race. Like most races, like we've just been like, I don't know, throughout time, just like sort of taught to just stick to our own kind. Like all of us as groups, like individual groups, like we're all like, or whites are taught to stay with whites, blacks are taught to stay with blacks, and so on and so forth. But I think, in my opinion, I think it's not the couples aren't the problem. It's just like the social norms or whatever, if that's what you want to call it, that make it a problem, honestly. Because I think, in my opinion, in the end, if two people love each other, like two people love each other. Like it doesn't. I truly believe color doesn't determine love or whatever. It's all love is deeper than just color. Mm-hmm. Honestly, if you ask me.
Yeah, not for. I definitely agree with that, man. Like it's definitely is a problematic thing in this era with, you know, interracial couples. You know, I know some people in certain areas they don't really care. You know, it's like the norm, but then there are certain places where, you know, you go out with a different race, mm-hmm. And people kind of give you the cold shoulder in a way.
Absolutely.
And
Definitely.
I think it's wrong. You know, it's like, damn, it's 2021 at this point. Like, yeah. You know, we've had presidents who are mulatto. We have, you know, the top, you know, rappers, you know, being mulatto. You know, aka Drake. You know, we have athletes, you know, who are, you know, mulatto, who are still doing it. Exactly. So, like, a lot of people out there, you know, they glorify these people, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't know why, you know, to begin with, you know, they have these moments where they see it as a problem, you know, and
I think
love has no color, you know?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I believe. But I think why I feel like the world in general is just it's like at a turning point because the millennials or whatever we call people out around our age in our mid-20s and all that, we've been like, I don't know, brought up in a world where black and white specifically has been like, it's been more accepted to just like being together and all that, but we still have a large population of people who came up during that time where it was just like there was no way that was happening, or it was just frowned upon and all that. But still, with 2021, I think it's like 45 years or so, or 46 or 7 years ago, like when black and whites like didn't go to school together. Like that might seem like a long time, but on the grand scheme of life, like we're only like 150 years removed from slavery and things like that. So a lot of these like significant moments in life, in human history, that are just like significant moments where blacks and whites were just like weren't like necessarily able to like connect and all that. We're still, I feel like on the grand scheme of life, we're not really too far from removed from all that. So that's why the issue is still so big now, and it's so it just. Yeah, you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know, bro. I know exactly what you're saying, man. So I mean, I feel like a lot of people need to get out of that mindset that we have to stick, within our own race. I feel like that's just kind of like the old generation of how things are.
Yeah.
So it's like it's okay to be different. It's okay to go into different cultures and stuff like that. And so it's like how are you able to learn? What I'm saying, if you're not accustomed to that.
Yeah.
So
the way I see it is, I think we can't unlearn old behaviors by doing the same behavior. Like we have to, in order for the world, we know the problem. We know like all the issues that we've seen throughout history. But I think in order to move forward, how are we gonna like address these problems by still going about life how we did in those times? Like we have to just like accept that things are changing basically as a whole. I feel like that's just a scary change in general. Is just scary for everyone to accept, and just, I don't know, most people just handle it differently. Some people don't like change. Some people love change. Some people fear change. It's all different for all of us. So yeah, I think that's what it really is, honestly.
Yeah, for no doubt, man, no doubt, real talk. So yeah, just past that question, just for any partner that you are, seeking or you're with, whatever race that it is, black, white, Spanish, whatever, blue, orange, red, whatever, like when do you know when he or she is the one?
Good question. I think it's just something you feel, like the vibe you feel with a person, the honestly, like the response you get from the important people in your life, like when your mom and your dad and your sisters, everybody is just like, yo, this person, like this one is.
Oh,
like,
so you're saying when you bringing her to the mom and dad, that's when you know, like she's.
No, I'm not. I don't want to. I mean, I feel like mom and dad approval should be important to everyone. We should all like seek it, and we should. Who wouldn't want their parents or their important people in their life, like I said, to accept the one that you're with? I feel like that's just, I don't know. It's almost like it sours almost any relationship when your people don't like your girl or your man or whatever. It's just
my question is like when do you know like you have to bring it to mom and dad? Like this is when like you're with her and you're like, all right, this is like the person we can see long term, and like if my parents come around, I'm gonna bring her, because there's certain people you bring to your parents, and there's certain people that you just don't.
You just don't bring.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying
Definitely.
Yeah. So what qualities of a person like would allow you to bring this person to your parents?
I think it's number one, it's about how they make you feel, because at the end of the day, your parents, they can't just be closed off and just say, oh, I'm not. Yeah, they should be willing to give whoever you're willing to give a chance as well. Like they should be like, all right, my son or my daughter really likes this person. Doesn't matter what they look like or do in life, doesn't matter. They love them, so I'm gonna give this person a chance at least to, I guess, prove me wrong, basically.
Now, of course. I mean, for past relationships and stuff like that, I definitely been with people. Like I said before, there's people that you bring to your parents, and there's people you just don't. You know what I'm saying? So
there's people that you don't even bring to your friends.
Yeah.
Like,
They're like, hold on, you and her? You're like, nah,
you don't even want nobody to see you.
Like, nah, I don't know who that is, man. I don't know who that is.
Exactly.
So, you know what I'm saying? So I know there's people that I've been with in my life. I just, hell no, I'm not bringing it to my parents, because know my parents, they're very religious. They want, someone who has good head on their shoulders, someone who's educated, someone who's, family oriented and all that. So I basically just answer the question. That's basically those qualities in a person that I would want, my parents, is someone who's, family oriented, educated, good head over their shoulders, has good intentions with me, long term, not just a short term thing, but more of a long term. They see a future with me, and so
it's like balance. That balance I was talking about, you gotta that right person. Now that we like to go back into that question, I feel like that right person is willing to live in the moment with you, but also willing to plan for the long term with you, because it's a balance. Like you want to, of course, take your future serious and plan about houses and kids and all that other stuff. But at the end of the day, we have to live and enjoy today. Like we have to enjoy each other's company today. We can't be so focused on 10, 20 years from now if we might not even make it if we ain't enjoying today. You feel me?
Exactly, bro. Exactly. Of course, man. So, so we have that. There's people who are seeking relationships, the people who are in relationships, and just for people out there in general, are couples able to talk things out?
Are couples able to talk things out?
Yeah. So I mean, is communication key?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's something that I definitely like.
For sure. You can get personal, but you can't get too personal when you say names. So you can,
no.
You can
I ain't
talk
saying
about
no
your
names at all.
experiences and all that.
No names. That's definitely something I feel like I don't know. I feel like I just growing up how we grew up, bro. Me for a long time. Like I said, we're taught to just be a man and not be out here complaining and just blaming people for your problems or whatever. So that we're kind of influenced to just hold things in, and as just young black men, keep it real. So it's just then when we get older and get in relationships, it kind of I don't know. It shoots us. We shoot ourselves in the foot with that because we're so strong-minded, trying to hold everything in and not trying to tell nobody nothing. That when you get with a girl, she's just yo, I need you to tell me how you feel. They really need that. And you're just not good at that. So.
Yeah, trust me. I had my experiences, with just not being able to be vocal about certain things, and communication is definitely really key. There's been times where I don't feel like talking, but your partner, she, how females, I'm not trying to generalize, but a lot of females they want that affirmation. They want someone to talk to, because they have a long day too. They have a lot of things to talk about. They have a lot of things on their mind that they want to express, and so sometimes if they're expressing that and their partner doesn't want to express that, then that's when conflict just happens.
Yeah, I think it's a known fact that women tend to be a little bit more emotional.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, men are also emotional.
Of course.
That's just, it goes both ways. I'm not putting generalizing whatever, but I think if we took a consensus with just the world, I feel like people would agree that women are more emotional. That's not a bad thing. That's just that's a strength for them.
You about to get some backlash, bro.
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
We can't. Not everybody gonna agree with what you say, man. Can't please everybody, but that's just life, though.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it is life. I agree. I mean, I agree with your point. A lot of women, they are very expressive on how they feel, and sometimes they want someone to kind of match that.
Exactly.
I know for me, personally, there's been times where, like I said before, I have moments where I don't feel like expressing myself, and that's kind of seen as a red flag. But sometimes I want to avoid conflict, but at the same time, not saying much can kind of
create conflict.
Conflict, you know what I mean? So sometimes I just want to be to myself, I just want to be able to, kind of relax, unwind, just watch TV sometimes after work, after a long day of work.
Yeah.
But then, with your partner, they want to talk about your day. They want to feel how you feel.
Exactly. They want to know all the little details.
Yeah, they want all the little details and stuff like that. Be yo, I'm trying to watch the Celtics game, trying to watch, I'm trying to relax, listen to my music. And so sometimes they kind of see it as you avoiding them or you neglecting them. But nah, sometimes you just need that personal time. And so, I feel just for people out there, just in general, you gotta express that. You know, if you need time alone to yourself, you know, communicate that with your partner instead of just keeping it in.
Yeah,
you know, so
sure.
even if you're not in the mood to talk, just let her know, you know, not right now. Let's just communicate, you know, sometime later or maybe tomorrow when I'm in a better space.
Yeah, so, exactly. And it goes both ways. Like, sometimes, I don't know, I've been in my past relationships, I know I've been with girls, they don't want to talk sometimes. They just want, like, they need their time alone. And you gotta, like, and, like, you gotta respect that, because at the end of the day, like, we're all just humans. Like, yeah, you might be in a relationship where y'all building a life together, but at the end of the day, you're an individual and she's an individual, and y'all need time to just like reflect by yourself and just like figure out how to whatever, just get through life on your own. At the end of the day, you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of nobody. That is a known, that's a fact, and it's just, so you have to give each other time to just like reflect and do your own thing, kind of.
Yeah, for real, exactly. Speaking of doing your own thing, so I know, like, in a lot of situations, a lot of relationships, you know, people, if there's something they're lacking of in the relationship, they kind of seek things elsewhere. And so, you know, in that way, cheating comes involved, you know, divorce comes involved. I don't know about you, man, but, like, you know, putting the scenario out there, are you ever willing to forgive after infidelity?
Loaded question.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
I think like my whole life, like, you know, that's just like cheating is just like
the deal breaker.
Deal breaker. End all be all. You cheat, it's a wrap. I like
pack your shit. We out of here.
Death upon you type thing. Like they just want you. Like I don't know, but it's. We all, no one, people can always say what they would do in a situation or like just, but you never really know till you in that situation. You have to go through it, and so I would, to answer your question, before my whole life I was always like, yo, nah, somebody cheat on me, I don't care who was with, man, woman, doesn't matter. Like it's a wrap. I ain't messing with this person. But then when I actually got cheated on, it's like, you tend to like, hold on, all right, now, but it all, I guess it all depends at what moment you get, like, I don't know, maybe because if I would have got cheated on a couple years ago or whatever, it might have, like, or when I was younger or whatever, it would have probably like, I probably wouldn't have been able to handle it better, like, but as older, you feel me? Like you learn to like to not react so fast. Just like really think about what you're gonna do before you do it and all that, because you gotta really analyze the situation before you make a decision on how to react to it.
Yeah, for real. I mean, obviously, man, you definitely want to make sure you get the facts.
Yeah, exactly.
Before you start, you know, going crazy, going berserk, you know, on what's going on, because obviously that's not, you know, a good sign for anybody. But I mean, this is all article I was looking at earlier today, and it was with Will Smith. He met with this intimacy coach. His name was Michael Bohm.
Yeah.
And he says, you know, people cheat or divorce because of, you know, unexplored fantasies and fears. But, you know, for Will Smith and, you know, his partner, Jada Smith, you know, they, you know, were considering, you know, monogamy as an option for their, you know, their couple, you know, for their relationship. And, you know, it's pretty different how people, you know, handle their situations. I know for them it was pretty different. Yeah. Because they decided to not get divorced, but they decided to kind of seek people outside their marriage.
See, stay on if they happy. Like, which to answer, I kind of like agree with who'd you say that said that?
The person was Michael Bohm.
That's Will Smith's relationship coach.
Yeah, so I guess some intimacy coach that he met.
He said people cheat because they.
Yeah, so people cheat or get divorced because of unexplored fantasies. So sometimes, like, they're not, they're so focused outside the house instead of worrying about what's in the house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think that's true. I think that, well, yeah, he definitely has a point at least. Yeah, I think people tend to get in relationships before figuring out themselves. So to kind of like, this is why like, cause we all just want love at the end of the day. We just all want that one person who's just gonna like stick with us through everything, and we want that like that comfort or whatever, knowing you got this person. But I think like, not to say that if you just jumped into a relationship with somebody that couldn't work, but not. So this is why I feel like a lot of relationships fail, is because people don't necessarily take the time to figure out themselves before getting into a serious relationship. Because yeah, like if you're, a lot of people want to have a threesome or want to have like do certain things in life, and they know they have these fantasies that they want to do this stuff, but they don't explore those things before they let themselves fall in love with somebody seriously. Because in the end, it's just, you can't really, and those fantasies, but those fantasies and all that, I feel like people, we always gonna have them. It's just one of those things where you can't really, it's a mental strength or whatever that you have to like develop to just like say, yo, I'm gonna just like ignore these temptations or whatever, because it's, you gotta be an adult, be mature at the end of the day, and pick what's important to you. Is being with this person forever more important than whatever fulfilling your fantasies? Is just a question you gotta ask yourself at the end of the day. But yeah.
So that's why a lot of older or men that I see, like they wait it out. You know, sometimes a lot of guys, I know some people who are able to know their partner and are able to live the rest of their lives with them and get married. And there's people out there who know, like, hey, like, I'm out here in these streets, and so I know it's gonna take me a while to really settle down, and really find the one to spend my life with, and not ever think about infidelity. And so I know it's prevalent for a lot of people to think that way, but it really takes that strong like willpower to kind of stay away from that.
Yeah, and, for sure.
Another quote that I got from the intimacy coach Michael Bohm is that he said, "In many people, the gap between what's expected in a committed relationship and what they haven't explored for themselves creates problems. That's why so many people get divorced or cheat or do strange things within the relationship." And so that's what he told, the insider, was that a lot of people, they're just not so, they're not there officially, like they're not there, entirely in their minds, so sometimes they want to explore those fantasies, outside of their marriage, sometimes just to get that quick, instant gratification sometimes. And so,
but that's just to go back to, if you know you found the right person, like this is a big moment, like, because I feel like if you're with the right person and you got these fantasies and all that, and I've for me, whatever, personally, like I've been in relationships where I've been like, I know I want to be with this person, but I like kept it real with them and told them like, listen, I'm still young and still have some type of desire to just want to just like be with a bunch of girls, whatever. But I think it's like, at the end of the day, it's about communication being, because at the end of the day, the same that the truth will set you free is, I think it's true. As much as it might hurt to tell people the truth or hear the truth, like at some point in your life, it's gonna set you free. Like you might not see it right then and there in that moment, that free feeling from telling the truth, but 5 years from now, 10 years from now, you're gonna look back and be happy that you told the truth, because you sleep better at night. For sure.
Yeah, for real. I mean, as long as you're able to express that, you're able to sleep better at night, and knowing that like you express that, it definitely means a lot, and that's how I really make it important to emphasize that, before you want to settle down, you definitely have to ask yourself, like, are you ready?
Yeah, exactly.
Are you where you are, financially, or where you are in life? Because I feel like my advice for a lot of people who are trying to balance out, whether or not they want to go in a relationship, is to kind of ask yourself, where are you in your life right now? And, where are you career-wise? Is this person going to help you grow? Is this person going to help you get to where you need to be?
Exactly.
And so a lot of people, they're in the spur of the moment with these people. Whatever, the sex can be so good that, they're willing to just quickly jump into a relationship. But a lot of times they kind of forget like where they are in life, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like, it's really important to know where you are in life and ask yourself, like, is this person gonna be with me during this journey of life?
Yeah, I think it's about, to not to cut you off, but what I think it's about, like basically finding that person who's gonna accept you for who you are. Because my advice I give to people, this is what I believe. I believe that we're always, all of us are just always so caught up in just finding like that perfect person, that person who's just like, crosses all the T's and dots all the I's, and it's just, we set ourselves up for failure by doing that, because I feel like we have yet to find the perfect human being on planet Earth. Like, exactly. So it's just like we're never gonna find this perfect person. My advice to people is to honestly find a person who shit you willing to deal with. Honestly, like, because everybody has baggage and shit. You feel me? Like, everybody has things that like is that they come with. You feel me? So you might find a person who got the looks, the personality that you like, but they might be lacking financially, or they might be lacking whatever. They gonna like, you can't this person might be like high in one area and low in others, but it's just like, all right, can you deal with this person's shit? Are you willing to accept this person where they are and just like help them be the best they can be? And it goes both ways, because you gotta love people for who they are, and just if you're really gonna ride for this person, like if you're really gonna be with this person forever, you gotta look at them and be like, yo, I love you for who you are. You gotta really truly love people for who they are. Like, if you're really gonna like build anything with them, like, you can't like be looking at somebody and just like be looking at what you could change about them all the time, because people we all want to just feel like we're accepted and loved by our significant other or whoever's important in our life. You gotta just, you feel me? You gotta,
I feel that 100%, man, because like, it's like you can be in a relationship, and I feel like a lot of people, they can see not the red flags, but see like the downside of the person and see like, okay, I have to change it. Like, this person, this person doesn't cook, so like, she has to cook.
I used to have that, but
she has to cook.
I'm half black, half Dominican. Like, keep it real. Like, I just grew up around women cooking. Like, I didn't really so that was always my thing. Like, I remember being 16, 17 saying that. Like, any woman I get with or marry and like whatever, take serious, like, she has to be willing to cook every night or do this, that, and the third. And then I don't know. As you get older, like I said, you like, no, that's just. I'm not a slave. Like, I don't want that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I want a cool, good partnership. Like, whatever. Like, I definitely appreciate, like, a woman who likes to cook and all that. Like, that is just, like, somebody like me, keep it real. Like, food goes a long way with me. Like, I'm not really big on, like, gifts and, like, I appreciate them all. Like, I'll give them and take them, honestly, but I'm not. Quality time and physical touch is my love language, for those who don't know. Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't need all that. Like, that's cool, but like, I'll take it. If that's what it is for you, like I don't know. I don't mind like trying to be that person, but in the end, like for me personally, like my personal love language, like I don't really just chill with me and. Feel me? Like,
it's all about the vibes.
Exactly, I'm all about the vibes.
All about the vibes, man. Of course. About the vibes, man.
Real talk podcast, real talk.
Real talk. So yeah, man. So I know one of my questions, I think we kind of talked about it earlier, but it was, can you chase your dream and be in a relationship at the same time? And I'll probably start off with the answer is I mean, for me, my opinion is. You definitely want to figure out, what you want to do in life, and see how this person can help you, grow and help you reach your destination. Yeah. Because, you're definitely going to have some roadblocks if the person that you're with is such a distraction. Yeah. And doesn't believe in your goal, doesn't believe in your dream. And so
it's going to definitely hold you back. That's what.
Yeah, exactly. So you definitely want to ride or die, whether it's, whether you're struggling or whether, you're up, you definitely want someone that's going to be your backbone and, be able to help you out through the thick and thin. And so I definitely feel that, chasing your dream and being in a relationship, it's doable. but at the same time, it's going to be difficult if you're with the wrong person.
For sure, so, that's definitely because, especially if you love that person, because I feel like once you get past like to the point where like you basing your decisions that you do in life, like based off like the opinion or whatever how your significant other feels, like that means you love this person. That means you like you willing to put them before you. Once you're willing to put somebody else before you, that in some way, shape, or form, to me, that means you love that person, because it's just like where I feel like self-preservation is one of the first instincts of just like human nature. Like where like you got to preserve yourself before you can preserve somebody else. So if you're willing to not preserve yourself to preserve someone else or put someone else's feelings first, you must on some level you love this person. And I think that's just, when you get to that point with somebody, that's when it could be dangerous, like who you with, because now you could be, I don't know, just wanting to go one direction in life, and this person you're with is just like they don't agree with that direction, or they want to go a completely other direction, so they kind of like in a way hindering from you doing what you got to do for yourself. And that's just, I don't know, that's when it gets dangerous, because now this person is just, you're putting your dreams on hold basically for somebody.
Basically, I mean, you're basically fumbling the bag. I mean, there's scenarios out there where like people, they don't want to relocate because their partner doesn't want to relocate to that certain location, and like in their situation, they can relocate, to a better job, and they can have a promotion where they have to relocate somewhere, and then the partner's like, nah, like I don't want to go to 5 states away. Like I'm so comfortable being here. Yeah, then so, you don't go because you love this person.
Exactly.
And you don't know if it's gonna even work out. Like y'all can break up, and then you're like, damn, that promotion's not out there.
It's gone now.
So it's gone. So now I'm left with nothing.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's like the right person is gonna just like love you for who you are and be like, yo, no matter what you do, this is what I mean about the accepting people. Like, don't look for the perfect person. Just look for the person who shit you want to deal with. Because like, at the end of the day, like, your significant other should never stop you from doing something that you really want to do. For nothing, no matter what it is. I don't care even if it makes them upset. This is where the whole love comes in. Like even if it pisses them off, they gonna let you do it because they love you and they want you to prosper and just to reach your goals and all that. So even if your significant other, a real one, will be like, yo, go ahead, go, I'll like move out there a year later or 6 months out, whatever. Like I'm coming, I'll meet you there or something like that. Or you just go live there and we'll like go back and forth for a little bit or something. Like, but I don't know. Definitely, that's just, you can't. The wrong person is gonna just be like, nah,
the wrong person. Almost back for you, so you gotta
have your ass hair, whatever.
Exactly, man. So I don't know if you believe in horoscopes, man, and astrology and all that stuff. I know a lot of people who are so into it. A lot of people who kind of find their partners through astrology, and I think for me, I don't know. It's
you mean like Aquarius and
so stuff like that. Oh, you're a Pisces. I can't deal with you. No,
yeah, I know a lot of people that who just take that. That's just
they're like, oh, my ex was an Aquarius. I can't
my
deal
ex
with
was
you.
a Cancer, so that's why I can't date. Like, I can't do nothing. What does that got to do with me?
Yeah, so I mean, I saw this article yesterday, and I guess it basically answered that question. So it said, in truth, there's a very little substance to the influence of astrology on relationship compatibility. It's actually the way people read their horoscopes that influence the way they behave, which in turn can influence the success of their relationships. According to a 2001 study published in Correlation, astrology has a much greater following by women than men. The study found that 72% of women believe astrology is more than just a superstition, and that 90% actively seek out their partner's zodiac sign to confirm compatibility. Further, the study notes that these women do more than just ask about their partner's zodiac sign. 78% have read a book that details astrology and their compatibility when it comes to love. Let's see, the study questioned these women if they would change their behavior to better fit the quintessential behavior of their zodiac, in which 15% of women respond that they would. So although the success of your relationship may not be determined by the positioning of the planets in the sky, it may be determined by how women are interpreting these positions. So just whole summary of that, most women are the ones who are like really into the zodiacs, and they really believe that what this person's zodiac sign kind of determines who this person is. Me personally, I'm like, I think it's kind of BS.
Yeah,
I don't really care. It's how you're able to adapt, to anything, really can determine your relationship.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna meet someone and be like, all right, you're this. I'm not gonna give you a chance. I feel like that's kind of
you're not gonna tell me because the month and day I was born that I'm just
exactly. So like I've seen good Pisces, bad Pisces.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a Pisces. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm good people. So.
I didn't see some crazy ass Pisces. Keep it real. Wow.
Yeah, wow. But I mean, I'm a good Pisces, so I don't know about who you talking about. But.
I didn't have Scorpios as well. I don't know. I feel like Scorpio, is it Scorpio or Scorpion?
I think Scorpio.
Like, I feel like that was always the sign. I'm like, yo, that's the one you gotta, like, stay away from. Stay away from Scorpios. And, you get some Scorpios and you like, Scorpio not that bad.
Yeah, exactly. You meet a good Scorpio and be like, oh, damn. So a lot of people are like, yeah, what's your birthday first? You're like, what? Like, why is it to do with anything? Like, what my birthday is?
I mean, to you stay on. So if you like horoscopes, you believe in them horoscopes. But I think you crazy. That's just my.
And I think my last question is being single an option?
Is being single is always an option. You can do whatever we all can do whatever we want.
Like, I mean, looking deep into it, like there's people up there like who are really like who can't get a relationship. They just can't do it. Like they're out there seeking. They're on dating apps, they're constantly going to the club, every weekend, and they just wishing that there's one person coming in their life and just.
Usually, in my opinion, I think those are the people who are just like they focusing on it too much. You feel like that's when the whole you worried about somebody else, not worried about yourself. So that like the more 9 times out of 10, like in my opinion, people who like can't get into relationships or just like. Just can't, just have issues with dating in general. Like, I think it's, from what I've seen, I think it's, for the most part, people who just have an issue just focusing on themselves and just, because at the end of the day, like, if we can't be so focused on seeking others that we forget to make ourselves the ones to be seeked.
Yeah, right. And I think the best people that come in your lives are the ones that are just unexpected.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of the girls or my past relationships, they were all unexpected. Yeah, like, it was just me just by chance, like God just putting us, in the same setting. Mm-hmm. We kind of locked eyes, you know what I'm saying? And we were able to kind of meet off rip. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people out there, like they kind of, they become desperate, and to the point where they're doing too much, they're kind of jumping to conclusions. They're not really going with the flow of things. And so the best relationships are the ones where it just comes naturally.
Yeah, going with the flow. If you know me, like, I know you've heard me say it a million times. Just go with the flow is important, everybody. You gotta just relax and just trust timing and trust that you gotta, it's a balance, I guess. You gotta strive every day to try to make things happen. You gotta like go out there and get it. And you gotta also find that balance and relax and just like trust timing and trust your process, as Joel and B would say. Like you gotta just know that good things are coming. Because if that just goes back to the whole enjoying the moment thing I said earlier. You gotta enjoy the moment and just know that you're gonna be good. Just keep your head up and don't let whatever you're going through right now break you down.
That's words by Elder Don.
Yes, sir. That real talk.
It's that real talk. So actually, that was my last question, man. So I mean, damn, brother.
It's been a good one, bro. Real talk. Thank you for having me, bro.
Course,
real
man,
talk.
course, man.
Definitely,
It's been all love, man.
Love, bro. Definitely,
All love,
bro.
and love since day one.
Definitely.
You know
We
so
going
really
another
glad.
20, 30 years, bro. You know what it is, bro.
Exactly, man. So we gonna see me at my wedding. I'm gonna attend your wedding.
Sir.
When you have kids, I'm gonna be the uncle.
Man, you already know that.
I'm gonna be the uncle.
Uncle
So
JoJo.
Exactly. We're gonna be brothers. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna definitely ride out. You know, till the wheels fall off. You know, for sure. So
JoJo, I want let it be here, right here, on this podcast. I want JoJo to be one of the 6 men to carry me to my final resting place.
Oh yeah.
When that day comes. But whenever that is, I don't want it to come for a long time, of course, but knock on wood. When it does, this gotta be one of the men to carry me to my final resting place. That's to let y'all know how deep our relationship is, how far we go back.
It's my guy for life, man. For life, for life, for life. So yeah, man, is there anything that you want to promote? Any businesses, anything?
Yeah, definitely. You know I cut hair. Everything is real. Barbershop, 182 Dudley Street in Roxbury. Y'all come see us, man. We the illest, the hottest, the realest ones in the city. You
Let them know. Let them know.
I'm in the 1, 2. I'm in the 4th chair. 1, 2. Yeah, 4th chair. It goes KJ, J Rock, me, and then Keon. There's 5 of us. We the best ones in the city, bro. You come see us. We on the rise, 182 Dudley Street, right next to the firehouse. Come see us there. Got everything you need.
Anything else? Anything else you want to promote? IG or YouTube or
Elder
whatever?
Don 3 on IG. Elvin Perez 3 on Snapchat. I'm about to get back on Facebook. My Facebook got deactivated a couple years ago. I'm gonna make a new one soon because I feel like it's time. It's been a couple years, so I'm gonna get back on that. I'm thinking about Twitter. I'm not really. I could tweet, but I'm like, I don't really see myself.
Too many goddamn apps going on right
for
now.
sure, definitely.
Too many
TikTok,
social
I
media
might hop on
platforms.
TikTok. I don't know. Right now, IG and Snapchat. That's where I'm at, man. Elder Dawn 3. Y'all know what it is. Thank you for having me, JoJo. And until next time, we gonna do this again for sure. This was an amazing experience, and
we
hope
keeping
all
it
y'all
real.
pain. Hope all y'all pain turn to champagne, man. God bless y'all.
Yes, sir. Yes, so thank you, man. Thank y'all.
Word up.
Thank y'all for tuning in to the realest podcast out there. So there's gonna be more to come. Just stay tuned, man. So we out.
Peace.
We out. We out. Yes, sir.